Last week I was in the Czech Republic with Ayad Sharif, a young Egyptian player, for an ITF Junior tournament. This week I traveled with him to another ITF Junior tournament in the J200 category, this time to the Netherlands. The destination of our trip was the long-standing tournament in Castricum near Amsterdam. Ayad is only in my care temporarily, so the time we'll be working together is limited. Our time together has once again made me realize the difference between caring for someone and coaching them. I don't know if other coaches feel the same way, but for me, this kind of mentoring is unsatisfying in the long run. After the first tournament, we had a little time for training sessions in Vienna, and that's when I really had the opportunity to coach him. That is, to actually work with him. At a tournament, I find it easiest to recognize and assess a player, and above all, to figure out what the player needs most at the moment. This time was no exception. Of course, it's one thing to convey to the player and those around him what I think is important to do, but very often theory doesn't translate so easily into practice. I used the few joint sessions we had in Vienna to work with Ayad on the things I had observed. Once again, it was gratifying for me to see how much these things helped his playing as soon as Ayad understood them and was able to begin putting them into practice. But that was, of course, only a first small step. I can only hope that the next steps will follow. Ayad will soon travel to the US in mid-August to gain new experiences at a college in Idaho. The junior tournament was definitely well organized, and the weather cooperated as well. After the very hot temperatures, the matches were played here in pleasant conditions. Things didn't go too badly for Ayad at the tournament either. He won 2 matches convincingly and lost a close quarterfinal match to the number 1 seed. He was able to put some of the things we'd been working on into practice during the matches, and he also felt more comfortable with his game plan. The young Egyptian definitely has potential. We will see how he continues to develop in college. In addition to the day-to-day challenges that must be addressed when working with players, one overarching issue is becoming increasingly central: financing a tennis career. In Europe, in particular, a clear trend is emerging, and more parents, sponsors, and patrons are finding it difficult to provide financial support for a player's career. Many conversations with other coaches confirm this picture. Even large academies are now increasingly turning to recreational sports to secure a financial foundation for themselves. To be honest, I've only caught a glimpse of the initiatives launched by the top players, which apparently aim to provide more financial support to players ranked lower down the list. I can't say exactly how the goals of the initiative are defined or to what extent they might lead to success. What is certain to me, however, is that a player, whether in women's or men's tennis, who is ranked around 300 in the world, shouldn't end up in the red numbers every year. According to the ATP's plan, it looks like it will become even harder for double players to make a living in the future. The draw sizes are set to shrink, which would naturally mean that fewer double players will be able to make a living. As far as I know, discussions are still ongoing, but the trend is clear. It will definitely become more difficult for double players. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.